What's up, guys? So today we're going to be showing off why the F-18 is the Multirole King. Our primary mission is going to be taking out a command center with JDAMs. Meanwhile, we'll also be engaging any aerial threats that will come our way. Over here on my right, you can see we have a destroyer that's firing Tomahawk cruise missiles at a Russian airfield. And you'll see also one to my left doing the same. Alright, so we're getting ready to launch here. I'm powering up to full afterburners. And once we launch, I'm going to head over to our first waypoint where we'll find the command center. Give our crew a salute. And off we go. Let's raise our gear and get our flaps up, say goodbye to the strike group, and be on our way. Alright, so let's make sure we're all set up here. I'm going to turn my RWR on. We're setting our countermeasures to manual. Then we're going to come over here. I have one external fuel tank I'm going to want to drop. I'm just setting that up. Designating waypoint 1 as our target. Master arm on, air-to-ground mode. Going to go over to our JDAMs. We're going to want to go into TOO mode over here, which is target of opportunity. We're going to set up our fusing for instant fuse. And now we're going to want to ripple release both of these JDAMs at the same time, so I'm just setting that up here to manually drop both. And the key here is that it's a very cloudy sky, as you can see in front of us, and I'm going to want to get visual confirmation of the command center before I drop my JDAMs. So to get visual confirmation, I'm going to use the AppClear targeting pod. And we're also going to be able to lock onto the target using it because we are using our JDAMs in TOO mode. So we already had the FLIR pod on standby, now I'm just going to flip it to on, make sure I have everything good there. Just getting a master caution light over here, I'm just going to switch that off. And the other key here is that not only do we have cloudy skies, but it's also very mountainous terrain. It's basically buried behind a mountain. So I'm definitely going to want to try to get visual confirmation as early as possible. Alright, so we're heading over towards our target waypoint, and it's going to be really difficult to get visual confirmation here. I'm going to turn my helmet mounted display up here. Because of the thick cloud cover, we should be able to see through it decently well with our targeting pod, but it's still going to be really difficult with these mountains. Alright, so we're about 11 miles away from our target here, and here we go, we have visual confirmation. Zoom in here, you can see the Russian command center. And now we're just going to start making our way into range, and we're carrying two 2,000-pound JDAMs, and we're ripple releasing them, so we're going to have to be really smart, because once we drop them, we're out of JDAM. So if they hit the target, they will certainly do the job. It's plenty of ordnance, but we're going to have to be smart about it. Alright, so we're coming up on our target here. We're just a few seconds away from getting into range. I'm going to pull up a little bit here and pickle. Alright, now let's slow down a little bit here. I have my speed brake out, and we're just going to wait for visual confirmation on our right DDI here that our JDAMs hopefully hit the target. And boom, there we go, 2 good hits. Alright, very nice. Took out that command center. You can see we got a pig fireball over there. Now let's move on to our secondary mission, and let's see if we have any aerial targets to deal with. Alright, so my AWACS is calling out to me that we do have some bandits in the area. Calling out Bra 172 for 60 at 15,000 hot. And for those of you who don't know, that means bearing range altitude, 172 being the heading. For 60 means they're about 60 miles away. And they're at 15,000 feet is their altitude, and hot means that they are heading towards me. Alright, so I'm trying to find these guys. I'm looking down at my situational awareness page and my radar. I am connected via data link with my AWACS, and finally you can see he's appearing down here on my bottom DDI and on my radar. I'm going to put one in a range while scan lock. But right now I'm only seeing one. They could be flying very close together, making it very difficult to get a lock on multiple at the same time, and I just lost the lock. They're flying pretty low, so it's going to be hard to maintain a consistent lock here. Here he goes again. He just popped up again on my data link, got another lock, and he's about 50 miles out. I am carrying 5 AMRAAMs, but it's going to be a little difficult because my range is limited. As the missiles travel through thicker air, the lower you go, but I'm going to have to try to intercept as many as possible, as quickly as possible, before they get to that base. You can hear I am getting an RWR warning from their radars, and I'm really struggling to get a lock on these guys, how low they are. Here we go though, we have a lock. Flying really low here. Pull my nose up, Fox 3. Lock up another one, Fox 3. And lock up a third, Fox 3. And let's keep pursuit here. We have to stop them before they get to that airbase. Alright, so it's going to be very hard to get visual confirmation here if we do manage to shoot down any of them because of the thick cloud cover, and it's getting pretty dark out here, but luckily I do have my targeting pod on the left that should help me out. Missile should be getting there about now. Let's send out another missile. Oh, I just saw some smoke on my left DDI. Yep, that's confirmed splash 1, but hopefully we managed to get more than just one there. Alright, so we managed to get 2 of them, but 2 of them do still remain. Kind of struggling to find these guys. Finally, we have them pop up here on our data link and our radar. Get a lock on the guy over here. It's only about 5 miles away. I'm going to try to lock up both of them at the same time, keep them in my sights. I'm going to pull him into my HUD here. And Fox 3. well, he was well inside of the MAR. For those of you that don't know, that's a minimum abort range, which means that he's not going to be able to outrun that missile. Only going to be able to use countermeasures to try to avoid it. Let's try to get visual confirmation here, and boom. Splash 3 Su-25s. Alright, so the good news is that we have down 3 of them. The bad news is that 1 remains, and I am out of AMRAAM, so that means all I have left are Sidewinders. Those are Fox 2's heat-seeking missiles. And I do have this guy locked up here, but he's about 10 miles away, well outside of the range of my Fox 2s, so I'm going to have to just pursue him and hope I close within range that I can get a Fox 2 shot off on him. And hang on, I think I just saw a flash here on my left DDI. Did he get shot down? You know, as he was running away from me, he was straying kind of close to our strike group. I wonder if one of the destroyers or the cruiser got him. Yeah, there we go. He's completely disappeared off my radar. Alright, so that guy is completely gone off my RWR, he's off my radar, and it looks like he did get shot down by the cruiser. So I would call that mission success. We managed to take down the Russian command center with our JDAMs, and then we were able to show off the multi-role capabilities of the F-18 by then pivoting to an intercept mission. 3 air-to-air kills on those Su-25s, and the one that ran away from us ran right into a surface-to-air missile from our cruiser. So, mission accomplished, let's head back home.